Okay, so just a disclaimer for this video that you are going to watch today. Props will technically be a magic circle and a box, but you do not actually have to have a box for this series. So if you don't have a box, but you do have a magic circle, you can do this whole workout without your box. You'll just lie down on your reformer and you'll sit on your reformer rather than lying on the box. So just a disclaimer, if you don't have a box, technically you do not need one for this video. Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a reformer class for you using a magic circle and a box for props. So go ahead, grab a circle, grab a box, have your circles just propped up against your reformers. So when we start our footwork series, we can grab them right away. And we are going to begin with your foot bars all the way up with footwork today. So footwork, my springs today will be 3 heavies, 1 light. You can go heavier than that, you can go lighter than that, it is up to you. We are not doing any single leg work today, so if that does change your springs, just know no single leg. So let's go ahead, we'll get started lying down on our reformers. And then when we do lie down on to our reformers, just know your headrests have to be down to start. And then if you would like to pick them up after we do our bridging series, you can go ahead and put your headrest up after our bridging series, but they must start all the way down. So we're gonna go ahead, grab your magic circles. They're gonna go around your legs, above your knees. Once we get the circles around our legs, above our knees, I'm gonna take my heels slash like arches of my feet onto the foot bar. My feet are gonna be about the width of the circle away. So my knees, feet are in line with each other. And then we're gonna start just in a neutral spine. From our neutral spine, on an exhale, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the circle apart with my knees. So I'm getting my abductors to fire, and then I'm gonna inhale and release that pull. So again, I'm just gonna exhale, pull the circle apart, and then I'm gonna inhale and release. And as I do this, I wanna think I'm maintaining my neutral spine the entire time, so I'm never collapsing into my low back. I'm feeling, again, my abductors fire, so outsides of the legs, outsides of the glutes as we pull, inhale, release. Exhale, pull, and then inhale, release. I'm just gonna go for 3. And then last one. Now, once I release, I'm going to pause. I'm gonna inhale here in my neutral spine. Now, on my exhale, I'm gonna flatten my low back down into the mat. We're gonna start to roll up into a bridge. Now, as we roll up into a bridge, we're pulling the circles apart with our knees. So we're getting into those abductors again. We're taking an inhale at the top. And then as I roll my spine all the way back down, I'm slowly releasing the pull of the circle. So I'm gonna inhale in my neutral, exhale, I'm flattening my low back down, I'm pulling the circle apart with my knees, taking an inhale at the top, and then on my exhale, I'm just slowly rolling my spine back down. Now we're gonna do 2 more bridges. As always, I wanna think I'm sending my tailbone to the backs of the knees as I roll up. I'm feeling my abductors fire, glutes, hamstrings, articulating my spine down, slowly releasing the pull. And then this is the last one, exhaling as we roll up. Now, when we get to the top on this one, we're gonna hold ourselves up here. On my next exhale, I'm gonna pull the circle apart even more with my knees, and then I'm just gonna inhale, release. Again, exhale, pull the circle apart even more with the knees, inhale, release. So again, outsides of the legs, outsides of the glutes are firing as I pull, inhale, release, exhale, pull, inhale, release. For 4, 2, and then last one. Then once I release, I'll roll my spine all the way back down into the mat, and I'm gonna come back into my neutral spine. I'm gonna take my circle out. I'm gonna put it in between my knees next. And then when I get the circle in between my knees, I'm gonna set my feet back onto my foot bar. This time when I set my feet down, I'm gonna have my feet a little more narrow than my knees. So ideally now when I squeeze my circle, my knees and my feet are going to be parallel with each other. So I'm gonna just release. Again, knees are open wider than my feet. Neutral spine, we're just gonna squeeze the circle, try to get your knees, feet parallel, and then we can inhale to release. Exhale, squeezing the circle, feel those inner thighs. Inhaling as I release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to release. Adductors this time. So abductors before, adductors this time. We're gonna do a big emphasis on ab and adductors today. Exhale, squeeze, and then inhale again as we release. Let's go for 3 more. And then last one, exhale, squeeze. And then inhaling as I release. Now, once I release, I'm gonna pause. We're gonna add in those bridges. So I'm gonna take an inhale in my neutral spine. I'm exhaling to flatten my low back down. I'm rolling my spine up. I'm squeezing the circle, taking an inhale at the top. And then on my next exhale, I'm rolling my spine back down and I'm slowly releasing the squeeze. So I'm gonna inhale again in my neutral. Exhale, I'm flattening my low back down. I'm squeezing the circle as I roll my spine up. Pausing again at the top for an inhale, and then exhaling as I roll all the way back down. Again, when I squeeze the circle, ideally I'm getting my knees and my feet parallel with each other. I'm feeling those inner thighs fire, and then just articulating my spine back down into the mat. I'm gonna do one more. On this last one, we hold ourselves at the top. So stay here, don't lose the squeeze of the circle. On my next exhale, I'm gonna squeeze the circle even more. I'm gonna inhale, release, exhale, big squeeze, little release. So again, big squeeze, little release. Exhale, inhale, really feel those inner thighs working here. Big squeeze, little release, big squeeze, little release. Let's go for 2 more. And then the last one. Now, once I release, we're rolling our spines all the way back down into the mat. Okay, once we come down, let's keep the heels on. Let's just externally rotate toes and knees. If you would like your headrest to go up, they can be up or down. That is up to you. So again, our feet are just gonna stay wide, externally rotated with the toes and the knees. The circles stay here. I'm just gonna exhale, push my carriage out, and I'm gonna inhale, bend to come back in, neutral spine. Exhale as we push away, inhale back in, feeling those inner thighs, again, working as we press, and then just resisting the springs to come all the way back in. Pushing out, inhale, resist. Sacrum heavy, pelvis just stays nice and still. We're gonna do 2 more after this one. And then last one. All right, now once I come back in, I'm gonna pause in. I'm gonna take my circle into my hands. My feet are gonna come sits bones distance away this time, so fist distance away. The heels are still on the foot bar. The circle is just gonna hover right over my chest. Elbows are gonna be open out nice and wide to the sides of the room. As I exhale to press out with my heels, I'm gonna squeeze the circle. It stays right over my chest. I'm gonna inhale, bend, release, come back in. Exhale, press and squeeze. Inhale, release as I come back in. Again, a nice neutral spine the entire time. Everything is engaged as we push out. Legs, core, arms. Exhale away, squeezing the circle. Inhaling as we bend and we release to come back in. Three, 2, and 1. All right, then once we come back in, we're gonna pause. We'll go toes, balls of our feet now on the foot bar. They're gonna stay that sits bones distance away. Circle stays right over our chest. We're gonna push our carriages out one time, hold. And then from here, we're just gonna go into a run. So I'm gonna bend one knee, lower the opposite heel. And then I'm gonna switch. Now, as we run, let's do little squeezes of the circle. So the pace of the run is up to you. The pace of these squeezes up to you as well. Nice high heels as we run through our feet. 3, 2, 1, and then we can bring it all the way back in. Okay, now once we come back in, we're gonna set the circle just off to the side for now. We're gonna sit up, change our springs for arms and abs. We're gonna do 1 heavy, 1 light spring. Everything else can come off, and then we're gonna lie ourselves back down onto our formers. Now, once we lie down, we're gonna reach behind us, grab our short loops into our hands, and then once I grab a hold of my short loops, arms are just gonna go straight up to the ceiling. Hands are going to be right over my shoulders, and we're gonna start with our ab curls. So hands are up, knees are up into our tabletop position, legs are zipped together. On an exhale, I'm gonna press my arms down, nod and curl up towards my bra line, and then I'm inhaling to return back down with control. So again, I'm exhaling to nod and curl up to my bra line for that abdominal curl. Inhaling to return back down with control. Exhale, press, curl. Inhale, return. You can always make this heavier or lighter if you need to. I always think one heavy, one light is like a nice happy medium here for our curls. Not too challenging, so we're not coming up into our necks at all. We are gonna go ahead and do 2 more. Inhale, return, and then last one, exhale, nod, curl. And inhale, return. Now once we return, let's try to keep the knees on tabletop. Let's try to keep those arms up to the ceiling. The next time we come up into a curl, we're gonna add in some single leg extensions. We are just starting with our right leg. So on my next exhale, I'm gonna press and curl myself up, extending my right leg either over or under the foot bar, and then we're gonna inhale, return back down with control. Again, just the right leg. We press, curl, extend the right leg out, and then we inhale to return back in. Exhale, press, curl, extend, inhale, return. Extend over or under. The curl is going right to our bra lines. We want those obliques to start to fire with the single legs. Now, the next time we come down, we pause. We're going out with the left leg. So I'm gonna exhale, press, curl, reach my left leg out to a challenging level. Inhale to return back down. Exhale, press, curl, extend. Inhale, return. Again, since that foot bar is up, we're either going over or under the foot bar with that left leg. At any point, if your necks become an issue, your heads can always be relaxed down and you can just do the movement of the arm and the legs if the neck's an issue. We have 2 more with that left. Press, curl, extend, return, and then last one. And return. Okay, relax the feet. Feel free to give yourselves a little bit of a stretch. And then we are going to stay up into our abdominal curls next. Again, if the necks are an issue, heads can stay down. Arms are going up to the ceiling, knees up into a tabletop position. Our legs are zipped together. 1 curl. I'm gonna exhale, press, curl up, hold. Right leg either goes over or under. We exhale to pull back in. Stay on the right. Right leg goes over or under. Exhale to pull back in. Think engaging your obliques now as you pull the right knees back in. Inhale out. Exhale back. I'm gonna go for 2. And then last one. Now once I come in, we're gonna go left leg either over or under. Exhale to pull back in. Inhale out, exhale back. Fire up those obliques. Keep those arms and wrists nice and long. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull those knees back in. Out in, sacrum heavy, pelvis stays nice and still. We're gonna do 2 more on this left leg. Last one. When we come in, arms up, head down, relax the feet. And again, we can just give ourselves a nice stretch. Now, again, we're gonna make those just a little more challenging, a little more of a brain teaser here for this next one. We will stay in our curls. Both legs are gonna go out, but when we extend both legs out, the right leg goes over the foot bar, the left leg goes under. We bring both knees back in, then the next time we extend, the left leg goes over, the right leg goes under. So again, just a little bit of a brain teaser. So arms are up, knees are in our tabletop position. 1 curl, press, curl up, pause. Ready, right leg over, left leg under. At the same time, we pull in, then we go left leg over, right leg under. We exhale to pull back in, inhale out. Exhale to pull those legs back in. Again, try to hold your curls. If the necks are an issue, the heads go down, out and in. Let's go for 4. 1 more right, 1 more left. When we come back in from this last one, arms up, heads down, relax the feet. And again, you can give yourselves a little stretch. Now, the last thing that we're gonna do there for our core will be both legs going over and in, and then both legs going under and in. So we're alternating over, under, but both legs are staying together. So arms are up, knees are up into our tabletop position. Press, curl back up, pause. Inhale, both legs go over. We exhale to pull back in, both legs under. Exhale in, make sure you're holding your neutral spines when those knees come back in. Arms, wrists stay long. Inhale out. Exhale is again, we pull those knees back in. Let's do 4, 2, one more over, one more under. When we finish this one under, arms up, heads down, relax the feet, and we can just give it a nice little stretch. Now we're gonna finish off with some arm circles and tricep press. Our heads can stay down for these. Our arms are going right back up to the ceiling. Knees are up into a tabletop position. Now we're just gonna do the right leg. So as I press my arms down, I'm gonna reach my right leg either over or under the foot bar. As I circle my arms around and back up, my right leg comes back in. Again, stay to the right. When I press my arms down, my right leg extends. When I circle, my right leg comes back in. So it's an exhale to press, extend the right leg out. Inhale, we circle around and back up. Press, extend. When we circle the arms around and back up, right knee should be back into that tabletop position for 2. Last one. Now, once we come back up, we are going to pause. Our arms open out to a T. As we press our palms to our hips, we reach the left leg out. As we reach the arms back up, we pull it back in. So we open, we extend the leg as the arms press to the hips. And then as we circle the arms around and up, that left leg should come all the way back in. As always, it's an exhale as we press our palms to our hips, an inhale as we circle around and up for 3. Make sure our bra lines stay heavy, our shoulders and our heads are staying down. Okay, now this next time we press the palms to the hips, we'll hold, we'll pull our left leg in, so both knees are in their tabletop position. We bend our elbows for tricep press. Now we're gonna exhale, press the palms down, reach the right leg out, bend to come back in, then we're gonna go left leg as we press and bend. So now we're alternating those legs with our tricep extensions. Again, bra lines stay heavy. Exhaling as we press, extend, inhale, bend again, either over or under our foot bars. Abs should be going in and up as we reach out and in. Let's just do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we'll relax our feet down. We're gonna go ahead, hang our straps back up onto the pegs. And then once we hang our straps up, we're gonna sit ourselves off to the sides. Okay, one of my favorite ways to do push-ups on the reformers, headrests are gonna be all the way down. We're gonna go to 1 blue spring or 1 medium spring on your reformer. So again, 1 medium spring. If you have shoulder injuries, I would do a light spring instead of a medium. Again, if we have any shoulder injuries. Grab your circles. You're gonna kneel on your reformers facing the foot bar. When I kneel, my feet are gonna be through my headrest. My legs are right in between my shoulder blocks. I'm gonna take my soft part of my circle into my right hand, and then I'm going to place the circle right out in front of me on the foot bar, and then my left hand is just on the front edge of my carriage. So 4-point kneeling, shoulders over the hands, hips right over the knees. Abs are in, my elbow is into my ribs here. I'm gonna exhale, push my carriage out with my right arm, and then I'm gonna bend narrow to come back in. Again, if that is too heavy, go to a light spring instead of a medium. Our abs are in as we push out, and then we're bending narrow to come back in. Exhale to push away. Inhale, narrow as we come back in. Now, if you would like to add in a little extra challenge, you can extend your left leg behind you, and you can try to do these with 1 leg. Again, it's gonna be a little more challenging. Find that stability, shoulders, core. Feel that right arm working as we push out and in. Adjust those circles. If you need to, we control out and we control in. Okay, let's do 3 more in this right arm. And then this is the last one. Exhale out and inhale back. All right, now once we come back in, we're gonna set the left knee down, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So my right hand is gonna go onto the front of the carriage. My left hand has the circle. My circle goes right back onto the foot bar, should be right in front of my shoulder. Elbow into the ribs, abs are in. Ready, we exhale to push away. We bend narrow as we come back in. Exhale to push. Inhale, narrow again as we come back in. Out and in. Now again, if you would like to add in a little extra stability, you can reach your right leg behind you and you can try to make this more of a stabilizing exercise. You're gonna feel your arm working a little more if you add in your leg being extended out. I'm trying to keep my shoulders parallel to the floor so I'm not rotating my shoulders at all when I push out. And in, again, I'm aiming for the elbow to go in to my ribs. And I'm squeezing my right glute when my leg is lifted. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. Out and in. Okay, now once we come back in, we're gonna set that knee down. We can just go ahead, put our circles off to the sides. We're staying on this 1 medium spring. I'm gonna put my foot bar all the way down. Okay, so once I get my foot bar down, I'm gonna grab my box. The long box is going to go on my reformer, and then it's just gonna be in front of my shoulder blocks. Now, technically, if you don't have a box, you don't have to use a box for this exercise. So you could technically come on your side for this first one. So we are going to stay on this 1 medium spring. If you want to make it a little heavier, which personally I want it heavier for myself, you can add on a light spring with your medium. So you can either be 1 medium spring, which is going to be a little nicer for glutes and legs, or you can do a medium and a light, which is what I'm going to be on, to make it just a little heavier for myself. Now we're gonna sit on our boxes with our right hip closer to the straps and our left hip closer towards the foot bars. Again, technically you don't have to have a box for this series, so if you don't have a box, you don't have to use it. We're gonna lie on your right sides, and then once we lie on our right side, our right form should be down into our headrest. I'm gonna grab the strap that's out in front of me. The long loop is gonna go into the arch of my left foot. Now, if you went lighter with your springs, if you just have the medium spring on and you want it a little heavier, you can go to the short loop. If you have both springs on and you want to do short loop to make it a little heavier, you can. So long loop, short loop, up to you. Long loop is lighter. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. And then we're gonna lift the left leg hip distance up off the bottom. Our leg and our foot should be parallel to the floor. I'm gonna exhale to kick my left leg out and slightly back. And I'm gonna bend to come back in. I exhale, I press, I give it a little kick, and then I'm inhaling to bend to come back in. Now, if you need to support your neck, so you can always take your head into your hand rather than having your forearm down onto the headrest. Again, we bend at a 90, and then we press and we kick our leg slightly back. That little kick is gonna get into our glute max just a little more. Exhale, press, little kick. Inhaling as we come back. Let's go ahead and do 3, 2. All right, now in this last one, we're gonna hold our leg back. We're gonna flex our foot. The leg is gonna be in line with our body, not kicked back. The foot should be parallel, again, flex. We're gonna do little circles of this leg round. Think right from the head of the femur in that hip socket. I'm making like dinner plate size circles, maybe a little bigger than a dinner plate for 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna reverse those circles. Keep the foot flexed, keep it parallel, right from the head of the femur. 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna bend the knee, relax the leg. Okay, now we use our right hand into our headrest to sit up. Again, if you're not on a box, you can technically just sit on your carriage. You might have to just hover your legs slightly off the floor. And then I'm gonna take this strap and I'm gonna put it around my ankle rather than having it around the arch of my foot. When we sit on the box, if we scoot closer to our foot bars, it's heavier. If we scoot closer to our straps, it's lighter. Again, I am on a little bit of a heavier spring with the light and medium. Springs up to you. Hands are at your sides. I'm gonna lift my left leg slightly up. My right heel is on the exposed part of the carriage. I'm exhaling to pull my left leg out towards the side using my abductors, and then I'm slowly letting that leg come back. So I exhale to pull it to the sides, and I inhale to return. My shoulders and hips are staying parallel to the wall out in front of me. Exhaling again as we open out towards the sides, feel those abductors, and then inhale, release. So we control out, we control in. The knee and the ankle should be staying in line with each other the entire time. So you're not kicking out with just your ankle. Again, knee, ankle, stay in line. Exhale, pull, inhaling as we release. Let's go for 3. And then last one. Okay, now once we come back, we're gonna switch sides. So I'm just gonna slide my right foot in. I'm gonna take my left foot out. Again, it's gonna be more on my ankle. And then the closer to you sit to your foot bars, the heavier it is. My left heel is on the exposed part of the carriage. My right leg lifts slightly up. It's bent at about a 90. I'm gonna let the strap bring my leg out to the side. And then I have to use my inner thighs, my adductors to bring it back to that starting position in front of my hip. I'm inhaling to open, and then I'm exhaling to close. Again, feeling that inner thigh. Now, I'm on my long loop, but I am on a little bit of a heavier spring. If you're on a lighter spring, but you want it heavier, you can always do your short loop around your ankle rather than the long loop around your ankle. Inhale, open, and again, exhaling as you pull back to the center, feeling that adductor, and then we should also feel your hip flexors and your quads. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Try to keep your knee and ankle, again, in line with each other. Let's do 4 more. And then shoulders, hips, again, stay parallel to the wall in front of us. Last one, open, close, and then we can relax that leg. Now I'm gonna take this strap off of my foot. I'm gonna go ahead and hang it back up onto the peg, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna flip around. We're lying on our left side. Our forearm is in the headrest. Grab the strap that's right in front of you. Long loop or short loop up to. Again, I'm going long loop around the arch of my right foot. Both knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Top leg lifts hip distance. On an exhale, we're gonna kick our leg out and slightly back, and then we bend to come back in. Exhale, press, little kick. Inhale, back. Again, we're squeezing our glutes as we kick back. The leg and the foot are staying parallel to the floor. Press, little kick. Inhale, bend. If you need to support your neck, take your head into your hand. Again, quads, glutes, hamstrings, hips, and shoulders all stay stacked. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more. And then on my last one, I'm gonna hold my leg out, flex my foot. It's in line with my body this time, and we're gonna do little circles of that leg. Keep the foot flexed, keep it parallel when we do those circles. 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna reverse. Again, think like dinner plate size circles. Keep it flexed, keep it parallel. 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna relax that leg. Now, the strap stays on. We're gonna use our left hand in our headrest to help get us up. We're gonna sit up onto our sides. And then once we sit up, I'm gonna take the strap. It's going around my ankle now rather than the arch of my foot. And then the closer you sit to your foot bars, the heavier this is gonna be. The heels right now are in the little exposed part of the carriage. I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm lifting my right leg so it is off of the carriage now. And then I'm gonna exhale and just pull my right leg out towards the side of the room, and I'm inhaling to return. Exhale, pull out to the side, inhale, return again. Keep your knee and your ankle in line with each other. Exhale, pull out to the sides, and then inhaling as we return back. Stay up nice and tall on top of those sits bones. Let's do 4. And then last one. Okay, we're gonna slide the left foot in. We're gonna take the right leg out. Again, we're gonna go ankle. If you sit closer to your foot bar, it's gonna be a little heavier. We're gonna lift that left leg slightly up. We let the strap bring our leg out, but then we have to use that inner thigh to pull the leg back center. So we inhale to open, and then we exhale to close, bringing that inner thigh back. Trying to keep the knee and the ankle in line with each other. Shoulders and hips are staying parallel to the wall out in front of us, using our adductors for this series. Let's do 3 more. And 1. Okay, now we can relax that leg. We're gonna go ahead and take that strap off of our foot, and then once we take it off, we can hang it back up onto the peg. Okay, I'm gonna take my box off. We're gonna take it back to its home and just set it back. And then once we get the box back, we're gonna go foot bars up to the starting position, and then we're gonna go 2 red springs, 4 feet straps. As always, if you wanna make it a little heavier, you can always make your setting a little heavier by adding on a light spring. If you have a reformer like me where you have the 2 rows that you can hook your springs onto, if you hook to the second row, I'm hooking to the second row today, it does make it a little heavier for your leg. So if you would like to, if you have those 2 rows that you can hook your springs on, you can go first row lighter, second row heavier. Now, when we get down onto our reformers, headrest can be up or down, that's up to you. Make sure your magic circles are somewhere like propped up against your reformer. You can just grab onto them. We're gonna lie ourselves down, and we're gonna take our long loops onto our feet when we get down. Once the circles get on our feet, we are going to grab, or once our straps get on our feet, we're gonna grab our circles. Now, when you get your circles, they go around your legs, over your straps, onto your ankles, and then our legs are going to go up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. Now, a lot of times for this series, we want to move into an internal rotation where our toes point towards each other. Try to keep your feet as parallel as you can get them. Again, a nice neutral spine. I'm gonna pull my circle apart 1 time, and I'm gonna keep this pull of my circle apart. So my abductors are firing up again. I'm gonna exhale, lower my legs down towards my springs, keeping my bra line heavy, and then I'm hinging at my hips to bring my legs back up. Again, holding that neutral spine. I'm exhaling to pull down, and then I'm inhaling to hinge back up. I'm keeping the pull of the circle the entire time. Exhaling to lower, again, inhaling to hinge, feeling those abductors fire up. Bra line's heavy, sacrum's heavy. And I'm just thinking, drawing my abs into lower, inhale, hinge. Okay, we're gonna go for 2 more. And then last one, exhale, lower. Now, once we lower down, we're gonna hold our legs down. We're gonna exhale, pull the circle apart even more with our legs. And then we're gonna inhale, release, and the legs stay down. So we're gonna pull apart, release, pull apart, release. Again, make sure that those bra lines stay heavy. We exhale to pull, and then we inhale, release, feeling the outsides of the legs into the glutes, engaging as we pull, release, pull, release. Let's go 4, 2, 1, and then we can release the legs all the way back up. Okay, we're gonna bend the knees, take the circles out. They go in between our ankles next. Legs, again, are gonna go up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. Bring your feet parallel with each other. For this one, we usually wanna move into an external rotation, so just make sure your feet are gonna stay parallel. We squeeze the circle, you hold that squeeze, and then we exhale to lower the legs down towards our springs, We inhale to hinge back up. Keep that squeeze of the circle. Exhaling as we lower, sacrum heavy, and then inhale, hinge. Pull down, keep that nice squeeze, keep those feet parallel. Inhaling as we hinge to come back up. Really feel those inner thighs working here. Don't lose that squeeze. You make a little tremors of truth here where that circle, your legs are shaking. We're gonna do 2 more on the last one. We hold down, lower, and lift. Okay, on this last one, we hold our legs down. We squeeze, release, release. Again, feel those adductors really working. Try to keep your feet parallel. Make sure that those bra lines stay heavy. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. We're almost done with this class. 4, and 1. Okay, bend those knees, take the circles out. We can set them to the sides. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. Let your knees open wide. Give those inner thighs a little stretch after that. Okay, we're gonna let our legs go up again just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. Feet are gonna be parallel with each other. We're just gonna finish off with some circles. We're gonna lower the legs down towards our springs. Open them wide out to the sides of the circle around and back up. We exhale to lower, and then we inhale to circle around and back up. Again, just keeping that nice neutral the entire time. Nice big circle so we can open up those hips, stretch out those thighs. Last one. Then when we come up, we're gonna pause and then we're gonna reverse. Should feel our adductors working again to bring those legs together. All right, this will be the last one. When we come up, we're gonna pause at the top. Now, we are going to take our left strap off of our foot. We can either hang on to it or hang it up. We will come back to it. Left leg can either be on the floor of the wooden platform or the foot bar. And then we're just gonna do an abductor-adductor stretch. So I'm gonna open my leg out to the side of the room and give my inner thigh a nice stretch. You can hold onto your strap if you would like to. You can hold onto your shoulder block with your left hand if you feel like you're falling off your reformer. Again, the left leg wherever it feels comfortable. Letting that right leg open, giving that inner thigh stretch. And then we're gonna go across the body with the leg. I always let my hip lift up, and then I'm gonna take my hand and just press my leg a little further down to the floor. It is up to you if you have a long leg or if you have a bent knee. We're just trying to stretch the outside of your leg into your glutes here. All right, then we're gonna bring that leg back up. We're gonna take our strap off of our foot. We can hang that one up, and then we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So grab your left loop again. It goes onto the arch of your foot, right foot wherever you feel comfortable. Allow your left leg to open out to the side. Give those adductors a nice stretch. You can pull on your strap if you'd like to. Then we're gonna take that leg across the body and you're just gonna press down and stretch. Again, the hip can lift up. The left leg can be longer bent, that's up to you. I always like to pull my leg down with my right hand. Give again the outside of the leg into the glute, a nice stretch there. Okay, then we're gonna bring that leg back up. We're gonna take that strap off of our foot. We can hang it back up onto the peg. And then once we hang it up, we can sit ourselves off to the sides. All right, you are all finished with that workout. I hope you enjoyed it as always. Thank you so much for joining me today.